this into a part 2. This is in the going part that what I thought I'd do. Let's go back up to Obadiah so you can know why I'm doing this right here. Obadiah, it says here, who are the saviors? Who are the saviors? Who are the saviors that will be? And remember, we just got through going over this. Who are the saviors? Will be the anointed. Messiah just mean anointed. The anointed and his colleagues, see Micah 5 and 4, will exact retribution from the Edomites for their cruelty. And then the Most High Yah will be recognized as the sovereign of the entire universe. Universe. Now let's go to Micah 5 and 4. And then we'll go up to Isaiah like I wanted to. I didn't know this was going to turn into this, but it reads Micah 5. That's 5 and 4. Jewish rulers emerge. What is this? Right there. Bethlehem, the Ephraimite. Remember I told you, who are Ephraimites? Let's copy. Who are the Ephraimites? Who are the Ephraimites? You got Ephraimites over here. Who are the Ephraimites? Another name for Bethlehem of Judah. See Genesis 48 and 7. As the city of Ruth, a convert from Moab, Bethlehem was unlikely source of leadership, but it produced David, the ancestors of the Messiahs. Let's go see. Oh, y'all, I'm going to prove to you that Ephraimites, I'm going to prove to you that David is a Ephraimite. He is not from the tribe of Judah. Let's show this. Ooh, I would do everything for a reason. Now, this is Bethlehem is in the tribe of Judah, but they are what? Ephraimites. Remember, the Levites lived in every city. They're Ephraimites. Ooh, let me go show you this and I'm going to jump back. Ephraimite. Ephraim, translate to Hebrew to fruitfulness and abundance. In Paleo Hebrew, this letter makes up the name would be representative of the ancient pictograph, which means the same across different forms of Hebrew. Visual represents changes to the square block letters in Aramaic, Hebrew, and all that. What is the name? It says here, the birthplace and burial is mentioned in Genesis of where Jacob's wife, Rachel, was buried after giving birth to Benjamin. Why? Because she was a Ephraimite. The name appears in Micah's prophecy where it foretells that the Messiah would come from Bethlehem, the Ephraimites. Look at this. Okay, sorry. I'm getting excited. Who are the Ephraimites? What is the name of Joseph's children? They ain't white, y'all. Manasseh and Ephraim. What does Ephraim mean? be what? Fertile. Fruitful, fertile, and producing. So Ephraim means this, and what else means that? Ephraim means fruitful and very fruitful. In Hebrew, from the root phara, which means fruitful. Ephraim, which shares the same Hebrew root, means fruitful. So who are the children? Who are the people living in that city where Rachel was buried? Rachel was buried? They're what? And this it says that they're the Messiahs. They're the Messiahs. They're the Messiahs. Who are the Messiahs? Who are the Messiahs? Ephraim. The children of Ephraim. Ooh, y'all. So, now we found out that David comes from the line of Ephraim. David comes from the line of Ephraim. Another name for Bethlehem of Judah sees this as the city of Ruth, a convert of Moab. Bethlehem was an unlikely source of leadership, but it produced who? It produced the Messiah. Who is the Messiah? David. David is the Messiah, but it says a bunch of Messiahs are coming up out of Bethlehem, aka the city of the Ephraimites. A bunch of Messiahs said that over in Obadiah. He says, Bethlehem, Ephraim, you are too small to be among the thousands of Judah, but from you someone will emerge for me to be a ruler over Israel, and his origin will be from early times, from the days of old. Therefore, he will deliver them to their enemies until the time that a woman in childbirth gives birth. Then the rest of his brothers will return with the children of Israel, and he will stand up and lead with the strength of the Most High Yah, with the majesty of the name of the Most High Yah, his God. And they will settle in peace, for at that time he will be great to the ends of the earth, and this will assure peace. If Assyria will come into the land, and if he treads upon our palaces, we will set up 7 shepherds and 8 officers against him. And they will what? And they will pound the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod at the gateways. And he will rescue us from Assyria when they enter our land, and when they tread on our borders. The remnant of Jacob will be in the midst of many peoples like dew from the Most High Yah, like raindrops upon the grass, which is not hoped for from man, and not awaited from a human being. Not mankind, we're human beings. Now it says here, the hardships of the exile will become in intense labor but pains, but it will end with the rebirth of the Jewish nations and the return of the Messiah's brethren. Who is the Messiah's brethren? Who is the Messiah's brethren? Who is the Messiah? David. And where does David come from? David comes from the city of Ephraim. From the city of Ephraim. And who in Obadiah says what? Obadiah said, we're going to be the what? The Ephraimites are going to be what? The saviors. We're going to be the saviors. We're going to be the saviors. Who's going to be the saviors? The Most High says it here. Who's going to be the saviors? Who's going to destroy them? Joseph, the Ephraimites. I will put this together. I told you I didn't know where this was going. Now let's go to Isaiah like I intended to do, to show you you're not supposed to write wickedness and lies. Wickedness and lies. This what this whole started out to be. We cannot write it. If you write it, woe to you who does this. Woe to you who write lies. Why? Because this is our land. Number one, West America is our land. East America is Assyria and Egypt. East America, all the way up, and the land of Babylon. Babylon is east top Canada, going all the way down. And then you're gonna go into you're gonna go to Assyria, and then you're gonna get low from Memphis on down into Texas. All of that is Egypt. Okay, but let's go to Isaiah. And then if you go over there, all of that's going to get destroyed. East of the Mississippi River is going to be destroyed. The Most High Yah is not playing. And you can see that in the Tav X. I'm going to show you what's going to get destroyed after I do this. I will put his signature over America. And he's going to show you which part of America going to get destroyed. Egypt is going to get destroyed. Now it tells you here in Isaiah 10, the first thing he says, woe to those. Who is those? Woe to those who inscribes. Let's go see who those are. Isaiah addresses dishonest judges and others who use judicial processes to enrich themselves unlawfully. Now, how did this video start out on part one? Part one says what? On part one, they lied so they could steal our land. Woe to those who inscribe inscriptions of falsehood, who write fraudulent documents to deprive the destitute of justice and to rob the justice of the poor of my people, so that widows be their spoil and they plunder the orphans. He says what? Woe to the people who do what? Inscribe. You cannot write lies. You cannot write lies. Woe to those who do this. It says here, Isaiah, this addresses dishonest judges and others who use judicial process to enrich themselves unlawfully. Now, they came over, they lied and says we're African. We're not African. They're lying and saying that this is not our land when it is. They're lying and saying we're not Israelites when we are Native American Israelites. This is why we were wearing seats. This is why we were wearing headbands, because we were supposed to wear it on our head. That's why we were wearing headbands. With the inscription of the Most High Yah in Hebrew on it. If you go back and look at it and look at the Hebrew, you're going to see and go back to the old pictures and look, you're going to see the Most High Yah's name going to be on our forehead in Hebrew. That's what that was on there. That's what the Indians was wearing on their forehead. But the ones who are not truly Indians, they don't know what that is. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know. You hear that? The ones that replaced us don't know that that's Hebrew on our foreheads. That is Paleo Hebrew. That's Aramaic. They don't know what it says. They don't know that the Most High Yah this is the promised land. They don't know that. Because they were replacements. They don't know the original language was from the original language of Aramaic and Paleo Hebrew. They don't know that. They don't even know what they're saying. They was put into schools just like that guy said in the first video. They don't know it. Abba done showed me these things. They don't know that. Because they didn't tell them that when they transferred our information over to them. They didn't explain to them that we were Israelites, that we were the 10 tribes. And the other tribes, which was Judah and Benjamin, and we mixed in with some of the mixed in with some of the Levites. They were spent to the four corners of the earth. We're still here. We're still here. There's a scripture says that Ephraim will be in Mophah. Let's go see that. I think that's in, hold on, let me pause it. It says here, the term Mophh appears in the Tanakh only in the book of Hosea. It is the Hebrew name from the ancient Egyptian city of Memphis. In other prophetic books like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, this city is referred to as Noph, an alternative Hebrew spelling. Hosea 9 is the only verse that contains the term Moph, which, for behold, they are going, because the destruction of Egypt will gather them up. Moph will bury them. Moph will bury them. Now let's go and read this. And these all have Nofh. Memphis is also mentioned in the name Noph in several prophetic verses. Isaiah 19:13, Jeremiah 2:16, Jeremiah 44:1, Jeremiah 46:19, and Ezekiel 30:13, Ezekiel 30:16. I'm going to screenshot this and I'm going to make a separate video about this. And see what the Most High Yah is talking about, what's going to happen to Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee, that is. And it's going to prove that my dream that I had about the flood, there's going to be a nasty flood over there. I bet it's going to prove it. But let's go to Hosea 9:6. Now, we just proved that David and some other people are going to get together and go over and destroy Syria. We just proved that. Why? Why? Because they got to go over there and save some of our people. This is Hosea 9:6. Let's start at 9. And rejoice, not Israel, like the exaltation of the people. For you have strayed from your Elohim, from the Most High Yah, our God. You have loved harlots' feasts on all threshing floor of grain. The threshing floor and the wine pit will not provide food for them. Remember, they tell you to come to the pulpit. And the wine will betray them. What wine? Drink this take this wine and drink it for my blood. That's what they tell you to do. This wine will betray you. and they will not dwell in the land of the Most High. But Ephraim. So where are we going to find Ephraim at? We're going to find Ephraim at. In the last days, where are we going to find Ephraim will return to Egypt and eat unclean food in Assyria. So where's Egypt and where's Assyria? And then you're going to do, they should not pour wine libations to the Most High, for they will not be pleasing to him. Their sacrifices will be to them like the bread of mourners, of which all who partake and defile. They're doing defile practices over in Egypt and over in where? In Assyria. Where is Assyria? Where is Egypt? I just told you where it is, but I'm going to prove to you where it is. Their sacrifices will be to them like the bread of mourners, of which all who partake are defiled. You're defiled for drinking, taking the blood of this sacrifice, drinking it. Rather, let their bread be for themselves. Let it not be to the temple of the Most High. What will you do on the appointed day, on the day of the Most High's feast? For behold, they have gone away and become a plunder. Egypt will gather them in where? Mophah, and bury them. Where's Mophah at? What is Mophah? Mophah is Memphis. So where's Egypt and where's Assyria? Where is Egypt and where Assyria is? If it is in Memphis, Tennessee. And Ephraim, where's Ephraim at? Ephraim will return to Egypt. Ephraim went back to Mophah, Memphis, Tennessee. So where's Ephraim at? Where's Ephraim at? Where are the Ephraimites at? And Mophah will what? Bury them. Mophah means what? Let's go on over here. Mophah. An Egyptian city usually identified as Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee is where what at? Where's Egypt? Where's Egypt at? Where's Assyria? Where's Assyria and where's Egypt? Didn't I just tell y'all that? Where's Babylon? Above Assyria. Then you go down to Syria, and then Assyria is where the capital is. What capital are we talking about? The capital, Columbia, where the president's house is? Where the president's house is, that's Assyria. And then if you go on over down to the left a little bit more, you're going to find Egypt. Mophah. And he said, we returned over there. And David and everybody else going to have to get together and be saviors in the end and go over there and get them. I just read that to you. I did not know how Most High was taking this video. And they're going to get what? They're going to get the days of punishment. Oh. He says, let Israel know that the false prophet is a fool and the man of a spirit of mad because of the abundance of iniquity emitting. Great. The prophet of Ephraim is with the Most High Yah. The prophet is a net that ensnares him in all his ways and who causes enmity in the house of his Elohim. Now, these are Ephraimites that are over there teaching the Trinity. Those are Ephraimites. Didn't I tell you the Most High Yah said that Ephraim is passing the collection plate? What people are known for passing the collection plate in the church? Act of worship. For many congregations, financial giving is considered a direct act of worship and joy expression. And this is more spiritual devotion than just transactions, stewards, and community. Look at the different collection plates. Look at the hands. Collection plate. Pass the collection plates. Pass the collection plates. Pass the collection plates. Pass the collection plates. Passing the collection plate, y'all. And I'm going to let this be it. Passing collection plates. Well, look at Abba. As I did not mean to click on that. That just poured up. So this ends this video right here. Look at these people. Shade their hair off. Don't you know some people that look like these folks? I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. All right. That's it. The original Hawaiians. All right. All right. All praises to Most High Yah for giving us this information and showing us the truth. Showing us the truth. All praises to the Most High Yah. Hallelujah. Woo.